Hey Pop Angels, so Paxton is refusing to go to school. Now, the reason why he's refusing to go to school is because of that scene his parents caused at school. Now, Paxton feels like if he goes to school, then he's going to be the laughing stock because all the kids will be talking about what his parents did at school. Now, at school, they were talking about it. Some kids were feeling bad for him, while others really did not care less. Now, I found it funny, Liwatle, who is Captain Babeli's daughter, she was basically speaking on Paxton's behalf and saying how the others which were gossiping about him were actually mean. Now, the only reason why she constantly speaks on his behalf is one, because she has a huge crush on him, and two, she literally overlooks at the fact that Paxton is this bad guy to everyone because of how mean and rude he is. Like, a lot of these kids were going through like tough times, and Paxton did not care. Paxton was the first one to like remind them about their financial situation. Paxton was the first one to just speak badly about their parents, and Paxton caused a lot of these kids distress. So it's not surprising that these kids really don't feel any ounce of sadness or sympathy for Paxton. However, Lewanta will always be someone who constantly speaks on Paxton's behalf. But I've noticed that when Paxton was mean and cruel, she never used to stand up for the other kids on Paxton's behalf. So you can see that she's very hypocritical, and she's only doing this because of the fact that she has this huge crush on Paxton. Now, she does visit Paxton after school and she helps him with algebra. And even with that, you can still see that Paxton is still rude and mean to her. And she cannot see that Paxton really could not care less about her. But anyway, Paxton's mom does bring a therapist. I think this was the same therapist which helped the Mahonga kids after the whole shooting. However, Paxton is rude. He is literally rude to the guy. He insults the guy, and he even tells the guy, "Exe, leave." Imagine telling an adult, "Exe, vai." Like, what? And I think this is the reason why a lot of people just don't have any sympathy towards Paxton. I definitely think that if his parents were not his parents, they would have literally washed their hands off him a long
LJ
time
is also your son.
ago. Now let's get into the whole Lhasa drama. Now Kwezi and her cousin have to go to a meeting for the face of the brand. Now Kwezi wants her cousin to be the face of the brand, where else later on we find out that the sponsors actually want Kwezi to be the face of the brand. But she is insisting that her cousin be the face of the brand, so she does take her along. Now, the cousin doesn't really want to do all of this. She just wants to be a nanny. And actually, speaking on the cousin looks like she's very young. I don't understand why they can't take her to school while she's being a nanny or something. Like, I really don't understand, like, how are they actually assisting her to grow? Is she going to be LJ's nanny for the rest of her life? I really don't understand her role sometimes. But anyway, when they do come back from this meeting, you can see that she's upset and she actually wants to leave to go back home. Now, Lehasa the whole day was taking care of LJ, and he literally is clueless. He does not even know what to do when the baby's crying. And it was even Francois and the godmother, who's Crazy's best friend, who even had to tell him that, hey, this is not the right place for a child to be. The child is overwhelmed, and the fact that the baby's crying, it's actually affecting the clients and the customers in Level Cafe. Now, when Lhasa and all of them were back home, all of a sudden Sisanda comes in, and he apparently has a friend in the building, and he just knew it was Kwesi's place, and he was basically saying that he was agreeing with what the other people were saying in the meeting, that Kwesi has to be the face of the business. Now when he leaves, Lehasa throws a fit, basically saying that, look, you are such a hypocrite. When Sisanda says something, you listen to him, but when I say allow me to come into your business, you don't. Well, obviously she's not going to go with you. You want to go into her business, and Sisanda is just giving her an idea. Those are two separate things. But Lehasa is adamant in wanting to go into Kwesi's business, and I also don't understand, like, what is his role in this business, because it's a beauty business. But obviously Lihasa's Lihasa needs to just change his name to Greed Maposa, because he's someone who always has to have his hand into everything. Lastly, we have the Tibos situation. Now, Mapitsi and Tibos have not spoken since Tibos has left for Singapore. So she is a bit worried and concerned why he has not texted her or even called her. Now, Tibos' mother noticed this, and they do have a conversation where Tibos' mother is basically saying that she thinks that Mapitsi is insecure. That leads Mapitsi to call her best friend Lizzie and ask her, do you think I'm insecure? Now, Lizzie tries to calm Mapitsi down, and it kind of works until Tibos calls and all is well. Now, later on, she is trying to calm Piti down because Piti is sad that his father has left, and then Twaki and her start having a conversation, and they basically talk about the fact that Mapiti and Tibos are going to leave as soon as he comes back. Now, Twaki is asking Mapiti, like, why do they want to leave? The house is big enough for everyone. Like, what's going on? And I'm so confused. I mean, this is a married couple. Like, what is the point in having kids, raising them, taking them to school, them having jobs, them having wives, having a child? The next step is themselves leaving, standing on their own 2 feet. Like, come on, is this not like common knowledge? So I'm so confused why Ntwaki was also quite like taken aback by Mapiti wanting to leave. Now, I'm really interested to actually see the day that Tibos comes back and they do plan to leave, how they're going to leave. Because I remember the time when Leto and his ex-wife wanted to leave, how challenging it was. But anyway, in the end, there is dinner that they have, and boom, Mahongwa and his son Bushang all of a sudden come, and Piti goes and hugs Bushang, and it was such a sweet moment because at the end of the day you can see that these are kids which were just really playing with the gun, and they did not know what the gun was about. But you can definitely see that adult affairs are now causing them not to even play with each other. I also find it a bit unfair that Mapiti can't even speak up for her family, because at the end of the day, Alfred Mahongwa is part of her family. And I mean, the Maputlas are not perfect as well. But anyway, we have come to the end of today's video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that post notification bell. Until next time, love and light. Till next time, bye.